That's why we have oligopolies controlling speech in this country, is because Republicans, when they had power, did nothing about it and took cash from these companies. That is the hard truth. The same is true of elections. We have Georgia was dominated by Republicans at every constitutional seat that mattered in the last election. They were happy to look the other way um, while Mark Zuckerberg bought the election, and while they stood on the stairs of their state houses and condemned Republicans. We controlled the legislature in Pennsylvania and sat there while the courts there sort of usurped the constitutional function of the legislature drafting the laws, because Republicans don't pay attention to seats that are not president, House, and Senate. They don't pay attention to the Supreme Court races. We don't pay attention to registrar voter appointments. We don't pay attention to secretaries of state races. We don't invest in them the way that we do in, say, giving $10 million to some candidate who's attractive and running in a impossible district, D+30 district, who are never going to win that seat. That money could have bought prosecutors' offices, could have supported races throughout the United States where we need conservatives to not vote conservative or put their finger on the scale, but simply apply the law as written. That's a simple concept that is not being done today. So today, that's what I'm preaching around the country to conservatives is, yes, we should support our members of Congress, our senators, and certainly the good candidate for president, but also governors, but also the people who make the appointments for registrar of voters. He who counts the votes determines the outcome of the election, and yet there's almost no attention paid there. Republicans aren't staffing the offices. Republicans aren't the workers at the desk who check you in. If you're still old-fashioned like me and you like to go vote in person, I'm not even sure that's going to be allowed in California anymore, but when I could go vote in person, I would walk from my home in San Francisco to my voting place 2 or 3 blocks away, and there were no Republicans staffing those places as poll workers, let alone poll watchers. And we have plenty of people who could do that. And that type of activism would change the outcome of elections legally. And we need to be encouraging that.